What's going on, everybody? This is Frank with Frankly Collecting. I've got your top 10 Final Fantasy TCG eBay sales as of February 5th, 2022. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Top 10 Pokemon. This is a channel I've been following for some time. He is the original OG top 10 Pokemon YouTuber. I will definitely be putting a link to his most recent video on his channel in the description below. And I just thought it would be fun to try out his format with some Final Fantasy TCG cards. You don't see a lot of attention around the Final Fantasy TCG. It's a great franchise and there's some awesome cards in this TCG to collect. So I thought, let's check out the top 10 cards from the past couple of months on eBay and get some insight on what is going on with this market. We're going to be looking at graded cards, raw cards, and booster boxes. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first up is this full art Tifa card from Opus 11. This set is only a few sets old, and it is currently the most expensive Final Fantasy card on TCG Player and on eBay. This copy came as a pristine 10. Of course, everyone knows and loves Tifa from the classic Final Fantasy VII. It is a beautiful card, and what I think is really interesting about this card is that the Final Fantasy TCG cards are printed exceptionally well. The handful that I have are in very good condition. I cannot find any whitening on a single copy of the Final Fantasy TCG cards that I do have, and I think that there is going to be a high population of 9.5 and 10 graded cards. I think you're going to see more PSA 10s than 9s. The only thing I can think of that would really be an issue is probably going to be centering. And anyways, this fetches a little bit over double the price of a near mint raw copy on TCG Player, so it shows the premium that a BGS 10 provides over just a raw copy. That being said, these are very well printed cards, and if you are willing to gamble, maybe you can get a raw card and send it to BGS and maybe it'll be a 10. You can see here that we had yet another BGS pristine 10 of this card sell very soon after from Australia, selling at $1,569.81. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more of these pristine 10 cards. Of course, who knows how many raw copies are even out there right now. If you're looking for the best of the best from the Final Fantasy TCG, you want to check out this full art Tifa card. Okay, next up is this most recent full art card. This is Terra, a character from Final Fantasy VI, and she is in the most recent Final Fantasy TCG Crystal Dominion. Now, you know I love this card. In my most recent Final Fantasy TCG video, I showed that I have bought 5 of these cards between around $100 to $150. This one, as of January 22nd, sold on eBay for $120. I would speculate that you're not going to see this card fall back down below $100. I'm really looking forward to sending mine off and seeing if I can get any pristines or even black labels. Like I said, the print quality for Final Fantasy cards is really good. I did not see a single problem on any of my 5 Terra full art cards. Okay, here's an interesting one. This is the non-full art Tifa. So I'd imagine these are much more common than the full art version. And this one sold as a PSA 10 for $208.38. Not too shabby, I think, for just a regular holo. I think it is appearing as an alternative investment for those not wanting to shell out the big bucks for the full art Tifa. I still think this is a very beautiful card. And as we're about to see in our last listing for the part 1 of my top 10 Final Fantasy eBay sales video, the Opus 11 booster box is getting a little bit harder to find, and it is definitely moving up in price. We don't really know exactly how many of these singles are out there, so I think this is a very speculative play to go out after this card. Personally, I would save up the money to get the full art version, but this may be an alternative worth checking out. Okay, our last entry for part 1 of my Final Fantasy TCG Top 10 eBay Sales video series is the Opus 11 booster box. So we just saw the Tifa full art and we saw the Tifa non-full art holo. This Opus 11 set came out in March of 2020. That's right at the beginning of the pandemic, when collectibles and card games in particular started ramping up in price. And this one sold at $255. There are just a few Final Fantasy TCG booster boxes that are appreciating in price. Opus 11 is one of those, clearly because of the chance of pulling a Tifa full art card. Personally, I think that the latest set, the Crystal Dominion, could see some price appreciation depending on how popular that full art Terra gets. I am speculating that there is good potential for that card in the future. Again, that is just my speculation, not a financial advisor. I love the card, so I don't really care which way it goes. Again, Opus 11. Also pretty cool that Tifa is right there on the booster box, so I think it is going to be a pretty collectible sealed item in its own right. Okay guys, that does it for part 1 of my video. I think my computer is literally melting right now. Things are really chugging in my editing software, so we're going to do a part 2. I'm going to try to get that out tomorrow or this week. If you're liking this content, please smash that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for watching.